Alrighty, we're back for another video here, part whatever, and we're BGFH with Jawbreaker here, and this time we've just completed going through that massive cave. Spent God knows how long down there, but got a lot of resources for our trouble, which is good. And in this one, you wanted to show off a little bit of some of the mods that we're using in FTB, Feed the Beast.
I really kind of wanted to show you how the magic system works, because that's kind of the next step in playing the game. It's like, okay, you've got resources, now what do you do with them? So let's look at magic, because magic's fun. The enchantment system is pretty basic, and we can explain that along the way, but look at this crafting table and see that item in there?
Yeah.
You want to pick it up.
The bottom one?
Top one. Bottom one's mine.
Oh, okay.
That is a magic wand.
Okay.
You take that magic wand and you will click on this bookshelf.
Oh, in the middle of the main room there?
Yep. I put it there so it was easy to find.
Right, left or right click?
Right click.
Ah.
Well, either way, one of them will work, and the other one won't do anything.
Okay. Well, we got a whole bunch of
That should have transformed.
Oh. Let's see. Oh, wow, we got a whole bunch of... the wand does not have enough charge to do...
What? Oh, fine.
I just hit it a whole bunch of times. I got a whole bunch of...
Books?
What?
Did you get books, or because it didn't disappear?
No, it just says it doesn't have enough.
Okay, so I have a wand that is charged.
Yep.
So watch the bookcase.
Yep.
Oh. I right-clicked it, makes a book. Magical book.
Yep.
And pick up the magical book.
Now,
you can open the magical book and see what it has.
Okay. So... Alright, so now we got this weird little interface here. What's going on here?
That is the what the heck is that thing called? The Thumbonomicon.
Okay.
That is how you can track what spells you've learned and how to make them and such. And the little blinky icons are the things you can do research for. There's icons on here for things you've already researched that are basics to the game for this particular mod. So there's like the Thumbonomicon itself, repository of knowledge, research completed. If you click on any of the icons, it'll bring up a page that'll explain further. So like if you go the arcane work table, craft with magic. The one that's the crafting table I had you looking at in the first place.
Yeah, I was just kind of, let's see, tables. I'm just kind of looking at all the different things here.
Fair enough.
Arcane work table.
Yep.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
Yes. This is their kind of magical research system, and this is how you can track what you've researched and how to look that up. Like, how do I do that again? You go click the icon, like, oh yeah, okay, so I go to this, and I put in these materials, and this form, and this... It gets a little complex, but that's what the book is for. Yeah, you were going to do research, and you will get a scroll like this, which I just tossed at your feet. Don't click it, just put it in your hand and look at it. In your inventory.
Let's see, do I
You
have...
picked it up. Yep, and look at it. When you look down like a map,
Yep.
that's what a finished research looks like. Now, if you right-click that and then look in the Thumbonomicon, you can actually see it's already researched.
Okay, now I got a whole different sort of view now. It looks like a little, almost like an outline or like a tree view sort of thing.
It is kind of a sorted tree view thing.
And we got, okay. Interesting.
Yes, I believe that was Nitor.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to
Eternal
say that.
Flame.
Yep,
Next Great Light
Nitor.
Source.
Okay.
I will show you how to search the other one. So let's come over here to this research table thingy. behind you. Library.
Okay. Yeah.
So I will give you some charcoal will work fine, and some redstone and chiseled sandstone, just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
You go right-click on the research table here,
Yep.
and then put the redstone in the research thingy. On the left side, there's these 4 slots you can put things in.
Oh, I'm in the workbench.
Oh,
Okay.
next to the workbench.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. That's kind of crazy.
Uh-huh. And I want you to put in there so I can see if I can actually see you put anything in there. Because I don't know if it's a shared interface or not.
The problem is I'm not sure if I got any redstone.
I gave you some.
Yeah, I know, but I don't see any in my inventory. I wonder if it went into one of my backpacks.
Probably went in your backpack, actually.
Which one would it be in, you think?
I'm going to guess miners.
Miners. Okay, while I'm doing that, why don't you explain the backpack thing?
Yes, okay. Well, backpacks, which we introduced last time, were a way of adding storage to your character for particular types of resources. Extra 15 slots, and I think you can get like 30
There's
something
my
or
redstone.
more.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I can see it, which is good.
Okay.
So you'll put paper in the little slot where the paper is now, and then you hit the little hourglass or magnifying glass thingy.
What do you want me to put in there?
The paper's already there. That's just where it will
Yeah.
go.
Just
You
click
hit
the magnifying.
Yep.
Okay.
And you're starting research, because these are research notes that you can take out or put in, and then you're supposed to click the magnifying glass until we start seeing some research.
Okay, well, we got something in the middle now.
Okay, so I can't see you doing...
Research notes.
We don't know what they are yet.
Unknown theory.
Yep. And just keep clicking the magnifying glass and see what happens. It means we've discovered something. We don't know what it is yet.
So does it use resources then every time I click the magnifying glass?
It's a random thing.
Okay, so now on the right I've got some sort of paper.
Got a little question mark, which means that you've got something, you just don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's an aspect in this chart in the middle, where you see the little blue icon that says Potentia, power, energy, strength.
Oh, okay, here now we got something.
Yep, that's Potentia.
Okay.
And the idea is you're trying to get this little icon up to the top, to the outer circle, where it's 100% complete for the research. Alright, it's 100%, so we don't need to click it anymore.
Yep.
But this little icon on the top left corner of that screen doesn't look like it says anything yet, because it's still scrambled.
Right.
So we'll take the redstone out and put in some charcoal.
Okay.
And then do the same.
Mm-hmm. All right, now we got something going on.
And we ran out. I'll put in some coal. There you go. Now you can keep going.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you're just kind of clicking it until you're using up that resource.
But you also have to account for these aspects, because coal has an aspect of potentia, fire, and sexum, which is stone rock.
Okay, so now we got something in the middle there.
Because the research is over half complete, we actually know what the final thing is, which is fractus. Destruction, fragmentation, and shattered. Keep going with the charcoal. We need to finish the fire. There you go, now it's finished. I'll take that.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to have any cobblestone on you, would you?
Oh, actually, yes, I do.
Then put that in there. That has fractus. So we'll do our research.
So how do you know this shit? I mean, that's like...
I've watched other people play, and I've at least learned how the research system works.
So, I mean, I'm sort of getting this, but it still doesn't, like, if I was going to, like, just try to research something, I wouldn't have a clue what to put in here. I have no...
That's where the Thaumonomicon comes in, is it actually explains how this stuff works.
Uh-huh.
I'm just shortcutting you by knowing what we're supposed to be doing.
Right. Uh-huh.
But okay, there's this little green icon on the bottom that if I click it turns to red. On the left side here, beneath the paper.
Okay.
It's thorough and cursory. If you put it in... Cursory won't go very fast, but it's a less likely chance of losing your item. So for those more valuable items you don't want to lose, you probably want to keep it in cursory.
Uh-huh.
Thorough is far more likely to destroy your item, but will do far more quick research. Cobblestone's cheap, let's go thorough. So I click it a whole bunch of times, and now
I see another icon up there.
Yep, now we've got a finished scroll.
Uh-huh.
Finish the research.
So scroll in the middle there.
Yep.
Grab it?
Yes. Argumentum. And then do what you do with the other scroll, which is read it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
there
your
we
hand
go.
and then right-click.
All right.
Now you know them both.
Now I can go to my book. Now I got another kajigger up here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Which unlocks basic alchemy, I believe.
Aluminum or
Aluminium.
yeah, I was like...
Elementium.
I'm trying to say this stuff online. Yeah. Embarrass myself
you're
here.
not the worst. There are. Elementium is a magical fuel source. You could put it in a furnace and it would burn things, or you could throw it on the ground and it would explode.
Okay.
And Nitor is a magical light source you can go hang on the wall. You can have a glowing ball of fire to light your way.
Okay. So then can you combine that then with other items and like...
Actually, there's a significant quantity of research you're going to do to both learn how to... Because to make these Nitor and Elementium, whatever it is...
Yeah.
You have a... where is it up here? It is the Crucible. Bubble and Boil, research complete. It shows you how to make a crucible, which you will use to combine these aspects from different items in the world to make stuff.
Yeah, alrighty then.
Yeah, rather complicated. I just wanted to show you how the research system works. You could play with it on your own.
Right.
And the enchantment table is far easier to use. The enchantment table, you take an item, and you put it in the table.
Mm-hmm.
And you will get a random choice of enchantment based on levels you've acquired through mining, smelting, and killing creatures.
Oh, okay.
That little XP you've been building up and losing every time you die.
Right.
I've got 6. I'm going to enchant this pickaxe. Now, it has efficiency 1.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to enchant anything myself right now because I just have a bunch of crap on me right now. I've got like some really low level. I got a stone sword and just stone things, so I don't really want to enchant anything unless it's, iron or better.
One of the things you can do is when you've collected, because the max level for enchantments is 30 experience. You can earn more experience, but that's the max it'll draw from.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you use the enchantment, it sucks down your experience, and you have to go collect more.
Right.
One of the things you can do, though, is you can stick a book in there and use that as a sort of thing to put your experience spell into, and then put it aside, and then come back with the anvil and use that to apply specific spells to your armor and weapons. A little bit more selective that way, but it still costs more experience in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what it is, you have to re-enchant it to the item, not just from the book.
Uh-huh.
And the anvil is also used for repairing items, which you can either do with the material that makes up the item, or you combine 2 broken items to make a better one.
Ah, okay.
Which is very useful when you have something enchanted that you really don't want to lose.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I just want to repair it because I really like my enchants.
Right. And your enchants don't fade over time?
Nope. they're just, you just don't have good ones, and you have really, really good ones, and you can combine them to a
Mm-hmm.
point. And you can also rename them with the anvil.
Uh-huh.
And I will come back to the Mistcraft linking book system when we finally have another portal, as it won't be useful until then. And that's
Uh-huh.
not using
Yeah.
Mistcraft, that's just the basic linking book, a quick way to get home and back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, even vanilla Minecraft, I mean, I knew about the enchantment table, but I hadn't really explored how it worked. And, it was one of those things that I'd been, meaning to do, but, until we really started the survival server, it's, just been mainly playing, working on this, epic city that I've been working on forever. And, so I just really haven't looked into the magic stuff. I haven't looked into the redstone stuff. And then any of this other mods, I haven't. I've watched a couple of videos that you have sent me, YouTube links and stuff like that. But
And we're just scratching the surface of any of that.
yeah, and I already like all the things that you just said. Don't really recall any. I don't really remember any of it except for like a couple things. So yeah, it just looks really complicated. I think I'll just have to really, if it's something I want to do, really look into just.
Direwolf20 makes great mod spotlights, and his Let's Plays are very tutorialistic. They show you how to make the stuff he's actually playing with and
Mm-hmm.
using.
Right.
And he cuts out a lot of the annoying sitting there watching him mine resources. Like, that's no fun. You just want to see him build stuff.
No, and the only reason I've really done a fair amount of that in the early beginning is because that's what you always start with. And for anyone who is new to Minecraft, if you're playing in actual survival mode, it's one of those things that you're just going to have to do. And it is sort of fun, at least showing a couple cave explorations and things like that. And
Oh, caves are amazing.
yeah, and it's, and if you are doing something like that, it's, if we have another topic we actually want to talk about, it just gives us something to do in the background and whatnot. But,
Yep.
but yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot here, but this is just the introduction to magic.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it definitely looks interesting, and I'll probably get into it a little bit. But I think you're going to be the big mod guy, and I'm just going to be the guy that kind of breaks shit.
I think once you get involved in, and that's why I went with magic, is magic is a lot of fun and very useful. Because, like, enchanting your weapons, you can get efficiency and looting and things like that on your basic weapons, and that's vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Or self-repairing. It repairs itself with time.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah, there are great enchantments you can get. Thaumcraft adds some cool tools. I want to build a magical tower at some point, closer to an actual nexus to recharge the wands and other useful toys.
Okay.
Our base is a bit far. That's why your wand was not charged.
Oh, yeah, because I was like I said, I just hammered out a whole bunch of times. I didn't know what I was supposed to be seeing. So I was just seeing a whole bunch of this, I wasn't paying attention, and all of a sudden, like halfway up the screen, as you'll see, it's just not enough energy, not enough energy. I'm like, oh, okay, whoops.
Yeah. There's actually an indicator above your hunger bar that indicates how much magic that wand currently has stored up.
Ah.
And apparently it didn't charge itself. I thought it would start charged, but
Nope,
well.
apparently not.
But yeah, I wanted to introduce it to you so you can actually sit and do some of the research when I'm not online.
Mm-hmm.
And because once you do the research, you know the stuff regardless if you die.
Right.
Thank goodness. And books are pretty easy to make. You just make a bookcase and you go use your basic magic wand on it, as I showed you how to make.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the Thaumonomicon, the know-it-all manual of research you've done and how to do it again.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. Well, yeah, that is a brief introduction to magic, which, like I said, sounds kind of interesting. And like I said, I really like some of the potential ideas for, enchanting things and making things a little bit easier. But
Can't wait for the next...
can't pretend that I really haven't wrapped my head around it at all.
I can't wait for the next mod update, though, because I think Ars Magica is going to be added to this mod pack. which is even more magical because that actually has spells. Like I can cast fireball at you,
Right.
or this beam of death, and magic bolts and things like that, where it actually has a real magical feel about it. And yeah, that's another magic mod I want to see that is related to Thaumcraft, because they're both based on the same D&D board game that had magical spells and things like that.
All right.
So just waiting for that. But beyond that, we have a start.
Yeah. Yeah, quite the like I said, quite the start. I mean, at least, like I said, it's something we'll explore kind of as we go a little bit. I'm not quite sure how deeply I'll get into the whole magic part of it. I mean, just because there's so much to do, even with just building and even exploring some of these new actual blocks that we've gotten, and like just I still love this floor that we got here. These I forget what you call these blocks, but.
Zicorium.
Really like those. I'm going to wander back over here even though it's not done yet. But, even just some of these, we got the different color blocks on the floor. And we got these bricks here. These are not in vanilla Minecraft. So
nope. Neither is the floor.
Right.
The floor I took off of a building right behind, a mountain right behind ours.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you got little wooden pillars up there, or wooden
logs
supports,
just put sideways.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll probably get into a little bit of this magic stuff, but actually, like I said, I'm kind of more interested in like the some of the new building materials that we have here, because I really like some of the look of these bricks and different things, and just some of the some of the ways that we can implement that into our design, and even using some of these backpacks and stuff.
Yeah, the backpacks made a major difference in your haulage.
Yeah, major difference, because I think we were down in that cave after recording that last video. Man, I was down there the whole time, and I was down there for probably about an hour.
Yeah.
We had your computer issues to deal with there for a little while, but when we came back, yeah, I was just down there the whole time, and I never had to come up once. Mined pretty much that whole cave and cave structure, and we got it going.
There are backpacks for just about every use, and if not in forestry itself, other mods have decided to add their own backpacks.
Right.
Railcraft, I think, added a backpack or two to
kind of
coincide. But Magic is like this: it's a support, not a primary game. You can enchant your armor. You can collect enchantments when you've got. I've got 30 experience. Oh, let me dump that into a book real quick.
Right, and that's why I think I'll do some of that, but like I said, I might just kind of leave more of that to you and be like, hey, you want to do some magic-y stuff? And I'll be,
Yep, the research is kind of something you'll just sit there and you'll do every once in a while, because it's a fun, different kind of minigame to explore, and like, what has this aspect I need, and how do I discover the different things that I can unlock, like different wands. There's a lightning wand. Let's see, it's called Wand of Excavation, which is a wand that quite literally has a beam that sucks up terrain. Wand of Lightning, which essentially, as it says, shoots lightning out. Great ranged weapon. There's a fireball wand. There's one for ice.
Yeah, I'm intrigued about some of those ranged wand attacks, especially as an alternative to a bow and arrow, because you got to, make so many of those arrows, and especially when we start going into the nether.
Is more intelligent. It actually knows how to hit things.
Okay, well, there you go. I mean, because that's, like when we were talking down in working in the caves there, it's like, if we're going to go to the nether here in the fairly near future, it'd be good to have some of those ranged weapons, because I know a lot of the, the annoying thing about a lot of the creatures in the nether, they like to shoot fireballs and all sorts of other fun stuff. So it's not just, you can't just run up to them and hit them with your sword, because they either throw projectile attacks or they like to fly and throw projectile attacks.
I forgot to mention magical armor, which have different properties.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ones I had recently covered was the Thaumaturge's Robe, which is leather armor that can be enchanted more easily.
Mm-hmm.
There's boots that make you jump higher.
I'm just going to wander around our little farmstead here while we're wrapping up here.
Sure. But one of the ones I want to unlock is the portable hole. It quite literally, when you click on a wall, especially on like a mine or something like that, We'll make this magical tunnel through the land to the next available opening. A 3x3 hole just magically will appear in the wall.
Now, do you get to collect the resources that are in there, or does it just obliterate it like TNT
No,
does?
no. It's a temporary hole.
Oh.
You get a temporary magical tunnel that leads you through the rock face.
Oh,
to
okay. I
next
was thinking it was
opening.
some alternative to some like really crazy TNT or something.
No. This is a magical hole that I can just go zap the wall, and there's this magic tunnel I can walk through and get to the
Okay.
next opening. Great for finding caverns or going through walls.
Yeah, as long as you remember how to get back.
Just mark where that wall was.
Yeah, true enough.
But
Alrighty,
there's
well-
some high-level magic that will be fun to play with, but gotta
Right.
do the research.
Yeah, well, with that said, I think, yeah, that's a pretty good introduction to magic and some of the things we may explore and use in future content here. But as I look up at this ginormous forest over here, these couple trees here, God, they're huge. But yeah, that's an introduction to some magic and some of the things that these mods add. So with that, I think we will end this video and see what happens for next time.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty.